right, hello and welcome to another of our To High School and Beyond videos. I'm joined today by Tevin Shears, educator, basketball trainer, content creator. He does a lot of things, and I'm excited to hear about what he does for a living and how he got into that kind of work. And Tevin, just thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So before we get too far into it, can you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about what you do for a living, and then we'll get into a little more detail later.
So right now, I'm an educator, currently ISS teacher, looking to get certified in math for middle school math. But other than that, content creator. So I have a YouTube channel. I've been videographer for a while, taking pictures as well too. And also, I do a lot of basketball training in my area and in my state. So I travel a lot for that. And I think that's roughly about it.
So a very varied set of skills that you practice in your career, your profession. As you go through those different interests that you have and careers that you're either doing already or in the process of getting into, what kind of education are you pursuing or did you need to get where you are today?
So with videography, so just going through YouTube, looking at tutorials and stuff like that. I was self-taught. I really wish that I pursued videography start when I was like going to college because I didn't know I had a passion for it. Other than that, school wise, I'm actually going through a program called Teachers of Tomorrow. Going through that, studying hard for the whole mathematics, stuff like that. And when it comes to like basketball training, I played at Spartanburg Methodist College. Didn't even play high school basketball. That's a whole other story. But I didn't play high school basketball, but I went on to play post grad, went to play at the next level at college and got into like coaching, stuff like that. But I love training. That's kind of like my thing.
Very cool story. I want to kind of rewind a little bit and just ask you a question. Our students have the opportunity at one of our high schools to take photography classes, like college level photography classes, while they're still in high school without having to pay tuition. If you had had that opportunity, would you have jumped on it?
Yes, like personally, because I never knew that photography would have been like a thing that I love, but because I honestly just recently got into photography, but definitely like tuition, it gets costly. It really gets costly, and like definitely if a school like take a part of the expenses, that's a heavy burden off of you. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, please, students, if you're interested, like even if you're just thinking about being interested, I would definitely take that class. Definitely.
I'll be happy to share that advice with them. So moving along, like what are some of the really important skills that you've had to develop? I know you talked about being self-taught with a lot of photography, but beyond that, what kind of skills do you need to do what you do?
You have to be self motivated. That's kind of like that's one skill that I've learned. This is my third year. This is probably my full third year of just kind of like going through, and it's been ups and downs. So you gotta be self motivated, having a passion for it, and one of the um, things that I kind of learned from like, especially like coaching and playing basketball, playing the sport, is just like being coachable because you're gonna need coaching and like organized. Gotta be organized. Organization is one of those biggest keys, and I have problems with it now personally. But as I grow, I'm getting better at it week by week. I start having a calendar to list out everything that I need to do for that week, and also I have like external hard drives. I have one right here. I have probably like maybe like 4 or 5 of them right now. So
Mm.
like that's a way to keep me organized. Putting like video files in a folder and putting pictures in this one, that one. It's very time consuming, but or being organized is like the that's a huge key too.
Well, thank you. So what brought you into the jobs that you're doing? I say jobs because you've got several, right? But what led you into education, personal training, basketball training, videography? What motivated you to pursue those things?
As an educator side, my mom's an educator. So that kind of, especially since she was a single parent, that kind of definitely motivated me to be just like her, and like we actually have to like have the same smile and all that other stuff too. Um, basketball training wise, is my uncle. So that kind of ties in to me not making the team, my high school career. So like my uncle, he played overseas for a little bit, like for a lot of it actually. He's the lead scorer at App State. Donald Sims, he won 3 state championships in a row at Gaffney High School. So when he came back from App State, he kind of took me under my wing. So like just learning the game for basketball kind of like motivated me. Then actually producing on the at the next level, that gave me like kind of like the passion to say like, okay, like I would not want anybody to deal with what I dealt with just growing up, because just the mental aspect of just not being successful and getting just overlooked. So that kind of like motivated me to say like I don't want no one to be in the situation I was in the future. And as a content creator, um, that happened on accident. So one of my kids that I trained, he's an all-state player, Bradley Childers. It was a senior night, and I had just got a new phone. It was like at that time, it was like the iPhone X. I was like, you know what? I said, bro, I'm about to come record you. I'm gonna do like some ballless life, like type stuff like that, just to have fun, honestly. Because I would never known that it was gonna even grow like that. And then Gaffney actually played Dorman. That's my alumni, and I was always cool with the coaches. Always going back, visiting the team, telling them my story about the basketball world and all this stuff. So I always had like a connection with Dorman. But when I made that video about just like the whole game, Brett Love, like Dorman versus Gaffney, and it was on senior night too, but it blew up. I just went trending in basically in the upstate. So after that, the coaches from Dorman hit me up. They was like, hey, we want to do like if we win a state championship, it'll be great for you, you know what I'm saying? Just to follow us through the playoffs here and there. And I was like, okay, cool. And they actually wound up winning, beating Irmo in the state championship. And after that, another organization called Upper Stars, they started talking to me. And I started going with them in the summer and just building those relationships and like just having like that passion, literally. Because I had a phone. I was starting off with a regular iPhone, and now basically getting paid a good amount of money just to do what I do. It's very amazing, and it's very amazing.
When you ask so many kids what they want to do when they grow up, a lot of your answers right now have to do with, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be an influencer, I want to be like, I remember when I was growing up, it was everybody wanted to be in the NBA, right?
Yeah,
Or be
definitely.
a rapper or be in a band or whatever. And now it's like everybody wants to be on YouTube. Is it as easy as kids think it is?
No, it's not easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is not easy. Like I have a kid that's well, it's not a kid. He's like 20 now. He does the same thing I'm doing. It took him maybe like 8 months just to get him over like 1,000 subscribers. Like he understands it's not no easy thing. You gotta have a personality, and also you have to have like a work ethic, because it's so much. It's so time consuming. It's draining. I was talking to the guy from Slam. His name is JB, because he was at About the Rock in Rock Hill. It was just saying like, because he lives in Virginia and he been traveling. Like I see him at all the events, working his tail off. He's like, man, some people just want to be where I'm at right now, but people just don't understand how much time it actually takes. Videos pop, like some videos trend, but they can die down in any given moment. I treat videos now like stocks, because sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down. So if you're like wanting to be like that YouTuber or anything of that nature, you just gotta have patience. You gotta have work ethic and be strong mentally. Have mental fortitude. Have to, because there's been so many times where I've just been like, do I really want to continue this? But I have a lot of supporters, and like they have helped me out a lot just with everything. So I'm always proud of them too. And you will never do it by yourself. You always need a team with you. Always, always need a team.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know a lot of our kids, I'm sure, heard, oh, he's got 4,000 subscribers. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, and it's so like it is hard. Like it's so hard to get subscribers sometimes. Now since basketball season is actually pretty good, so like that's where I get like a whole like chunk of like my subscribers and stuff like that. But like it's so much easier to like grow platforms on Instagram, because I was using my personal for my business for a while, and I was like, you know what, I need to branch out and just go ahead and just say, hey, this is Sensei Hoops, this is my stuff, whatever. And I think I'm at 7,500, and I've had my page now for maybe like 7, 8 months. So
Oh,
like, yeah, so I've been pushing 1,000 subscribers, not subscribers, but followers month by month.
wow.
That's my goal,
That's impressive growth
definitely.
for sure. I know you mentioned being cut from the basketball team in high school and having enough resilience to keep pushing through that and go on and play even at the college level, which is impressive. But I don't think that's a story we hear very often. But what kind of other hurdles have you had to overcome in your life to get where you are today and doing what you do?
I felt like COVID was kind of like one of the biggest hurdles out there during like the lockdown and quarantine. Like it was a struggle because I couldn't even drop YouTube content. I can't go record a basketball game because everything is like kind of locked down. So like I had to like literally like focus on myself and focus on like how can I grow? How can I do this? How can I do that? Having like nothing to like record, that was very hard. Very, very hard.
Yeah, when your business relies on filming live events essentially, and then all the live events get shut down for an extended period of time, I can't imagine trying to fill the gap content wise.
It's dry. It's very dry.
I bet. So do you have any closing advice? I know you've given a lot of advice over the course of this interview, but do you have any closing advice? Anything that you would say to students out there who want to get into YouTube or teaching math or training for sports?
Stay patient. Your time will come. You put your trust in God and just stay the course. It's not an easy road. You will go through bumps, but you will make that right video. You will meet the right person, and like they will lead you away, and everything will just come to pass, and you will see the light.
That's excellent. Excellent. Well, Tevin, again, thank you for being here with us, for interviewing with us, for sharing your wisdom and knowledge about your variety of different interests and career paths that you've been on and continue to pursue. And I'm just grateful that you're here and sharing with our kids.
Thank you. I appreciate it.